Today in this session we will discuss about Android activity lifecycle. So to understand the concept of Android activity lifecycle, we have already created this project. Already we are using this project. Okay, so this thing, that Android activity lifecycle, for this I have created also some documents. Okay, and this concept is very much important, and all the interviewers ask this question. Okay, not only 1-2% interviewer, but all interviewers. Okay, so this is very important concept, and it is very easy also. So to understand this thing, first what we will do, we will create two activities. Okay, so already see, I have created two different activities. You know, this is main activity, which is the launcher activity. Launcher activity means whenever our app will be opened by any user, whenever any user will try to open our app, then this activity will be opened first. Okay, and then we have another activity. This is second activity. Okay, the name is second. You can give any other name also. And how do you know that this activity will open? When the user will click on that app icon. See, I think you already know. Okay, we have already discussed actually. See, in manifest file we have this manifest file, correct, left side. So see, here we have this activity tag, correct. Here you will find, see, this one, launcher. So this intent filter, this is the intent filter. Okay, so wherever you have given this intent filter, that activity will be opened. Okay, let's say instead of first activity we want to open second activity when the user clicks. Okay, so that time you have to keep this intent filter here. You have to keep this intent filter here, just copy it from here and paste it here like this. So this one we will not discuss now, because this is different topic, and we will discuss it later also. Okay, so this intent filter, about this intent filter we will discuss later. So now we have two activities, and what I will do, I will add one button in this main activity. See, I have already added this move button. You can give any other name also. This, what this move button will do, whenever we click on this button, then we will open second activity. Okay, from first activity we will open second activity. So let's do the coding part here first. We have enabled view binding. See, here I have created the view binding object. So what we will do, view binding dot move button dot set on click listener. Okay, so here what we will do, we know that how can we go from one activity to another activity. We need intent, correct. We need object of intent. So we'll create object of intent, not an issue. This is very easy. Already you know. Okay, this aggregate main activity. Here we have to give the second activity name, and our second activity name itself second activity. Okay, so here we have created one intent object, and in this object we are storing in this reference variable. So you can directly call this is our intent object. Okay, now what we will do, we will start the activity. Start activity method is already there. So if you use this method, if you pass this intent, then it will open the second activity. Okay, and how this method is coming, where this method is, if you find in our code, you will not get this method, correct, because it is not there. But then how we are able to call this function? See, this function is not here, correct, but we are able to call because it is in this is in parent class actually. Okay, so this function we have not created. Okay, it is already there in our parent activity. So we know that in inheritance we can call parent activity method directly. So all the methods, actually all the methods from parent activity comes to our child activity. So this method is in our this activity directly, you can say. Okay, so already these things are very easy, no need to worry. So just call this method and pass this intent. So this will open the second activity when we click on that button. Okay, so in the second activity just we will give one but text view, so that we know that second activity is opened. Okay, so let's give a simple text view here, match parent, then text, we can add any text. So text is second activity. We'll just give this text, and I will give some text size, that is 16 sp, and I will give some color also, text color red. Let's say text color is red, so that it is visible properly. Okay, now see, whenever we go from this activity to this second activity, there are some methods which are called by Android system. Okay, there are some methods which are inbuilt actually, and this will be called by Android systems, and this set of methods we called actually Android lifecycle. See, here I have given something. The activity lifecycle is the set of methods that Android calls at different stage of activity life creation to destruction. That means, see, whenever we open the app, then first what we'll do, first this activity is open, correct? So this activity starts, correct? That's the activity opens means what? This activity starts. So from starting to ending, first we click on the app icon, this activity will open, correct? So then what we do, we close the app, then this activity will be finished, correct? This activity will be done, I mean it will be cleared. So from starting to end there are some callback function. Callback function means this function will be called by Android system directly. Okay, we no need to call by ourselves, it will be called by someone, so that is called callback. Some callback functions are there, so these functions gets executed. These set of functions are called Android activity lifecycle. So first activity lifecycle we start from on create. See, this is the method on create. See, we are from beginning what we are doing, we are writing some code inside this function, correct? You can see this is a function. If you see it properly, see, override function. Okay, override function means this function is coming from parent activity, that's why we need to write this override keyword in Kotlin. Then on create, see, this is a method, you can see properly, this is a method. Okay, so this is one method. So this is the first method. Whenever any activity is opened, that time at first this activity is open. Okay, I mean first time means each time, but at first this activity this function is gets called automatically. We don't call this function, correct? Android system call this function. So whatever code is written here will be executed. So this is the first function. Okay, next the second function. The second function I will see from here. See, on start, there is a function that is called on start, but here you will not able to see this function because by default it is not written. We have to override it. Okay, similar to this one. See, we are overriding it because it is coming from a parent class. So the second method, that is on start, will also come from parent method on start. So you can write like this and it will come like this. See, on start. So this is the second method which will be called by Android system automatically. Okay, when we start this activity. So here also you to check it is working or not, you can log the statement, log.i you can give, or log.d you can give. Log.i, what does this do? Here you can do some like logging you can do. That means in the logcat, we have this logcat, right, for debugging what thing we are doing, to check what code it is getting executed, to check we have this logcat. So here it will be printed. Okay, so let's say we will give some, we'll write one variable. The variable name will be tag. Okay, tag, val tag, this is equal to, I will give it as main activity tag like this. Okay, so let's say we have this one, then we will write on start here because this is the on start function, correct? So if this function is executed, then this code will be executed, correct? So whenever this code is executed, then this line will be printed. So we will see after running the app that this line is getting printed or not. Okay, no need to call this function, it will be called by Android system directly. Okay, so you have to remember the sequence. Actually this sequence is asked in interviews. First method is on create, where we write our code. Okay, and then on start, here also we can write some code. On resume, in every function we write our code. Okay, I will tell you like what we do here, what type of code we write in on start, what type of code we write in on resume, etc. First let me run the let me override the methods first. Okay, then on resume. So this is the third function which gets called when we open the app. Open the app means activity. If you open this activity, then functions related to this activity will be called. Again, if we go from one activity to second activity again, so here also if you write the functions, all these functions will be called. Okay, here we are not writing overriding the functions, so we will not able to see any log, but in the first activity you can see. So let's say we have created this one, then third one is on resume, correct? So see, on resume, then on pause. This method on pause is called actually when we go from this activity to another activity. That means starting to pause. Okay, when we go from this activity, let's say we are going from main activity to second activity, that time this first activity gets paused, actually, correct, that gets paused. Okay, so that time this function is called. When we open, that time it is not called. When we pause the activity, that means when we go from this activity to other activity, or we press the back button, then this activity this function is called. So this is on pause, and here I have written it wrong, it should be on resume. Then one next function, see, on stop is there. After this on pause, on stop function will be called. When this will be called? Again, this will be called when we stop our activity. Okay, stop means when we press the back button. So when we press the back button, first this function, then this function, and then one more function is there. So that last function is on destroy. Okay, on destroy, this is the last function. This will be called one by one. See, first when we open, that time these two will be called. Okay, first this one, this three, this on create, on start, and on resume. Okay, then when we close the app, then first this one, then this one, then this one, like this. This is the sequence. So here also you can see we have written also, and all the same thing we will give in the second activity here also, so that we can see this is happening in here also. So like that we will be able to see. One second, just let me copy this tag from here. Sorry, acha, we have written it tag. Okay, so we need to use the global variable here. This is a text only, correct? Let me delete it. I will show you why we are giving this tag. Actually, this is not an issue. Okay, so this whole code I will copy from here to here, then one tag, this variable name here also will need this variable. Okay, we will give it the name second activity tag. I mean, we are using this tag so that we can search here. Okay, so that we can search here what thing is getting printed. That is easy thing, not an issue. But here also, here in the on create function also, I will give some log, so that we can see in the first activity also, main activity also, here I will paste on care. Okay, so now let's run the app, then we will see what is happening, then you will be able to understand properly. See, our app is running now. So here we'll open this logcat also, so that we can know which thing is getting printed. Okay, see, first I will copy this tag, okay, this main activity tag, and I will paste it here in this location, package.mine after this. So here we'll be able to see actually what thing is getting printed. Okay, so okay, see, when we open the app first time, let's say I will open it from beginning so that you will be able to know. Okay, let me finish it first, let me clear it. Okay, let me clear it first, then I'll open it from beginning so that you will be able to know. So I need to search the app name, actually the Android basics. Okay, see, we have opened the app and it is getting printed. See, first on create is getting printed. What does this mean? See, this line I'll show you here. See, this is on activity, right? Our main activity. So here first this line is getting printed, correct? On create is getting printed. That means this function is getting executed, this function. So this is the first function. Then you will be able to see here the second function. Okay, see, on start. See, second function is on start, this function. So whatever code you write here, all will be executed. Then this on resume. So first this three code will be these three functions will be executed. Okay, then if we close this app, let's say we click on this back button. Okay, we click on this back button, and so that we can like dismiss the app. Okay, so now see, you can see on pause is getting printed, on pause. Okay, on pause. Since the app is running in our background, so see, this app is still there in background. That's why the last two functions, this on stop and on destroy, is not getting called. Okay, and okay, sorry, here I think I have made one mistake. Okay, let me run the app. See, again, on stop I have to give here, and on destroy I have to give here. So this 2 actually gets printed. Let me rerun it fast. Yeah, it is getting rerun. So now see, on this thing already gets printed. Now we will click on this back button. See, when we click on this back button, see, first on pause is getting printed, sorry, yes, on pause is getting printed, then on stop, and then on destroy. That means when we come to our app, the first 3 methods, then when we go from the activity, then these 3 methods. Okay, so okay, so we have closed this app. Again we will run it. Okay, again we will run it. I will first clear all this. Okay, so all these things already got printed. I deleted the log actually. Let me rerun it so that you can know the concept properly. 1 second. So let me open it again. Okay, I have opened. See, these first 3 methods got printed. Now we will click on this move button so that it will go to second activity. And in second activity also we have given this code, correct? This on create, on start, on resume, on pause, then on stop. This should be on stop, then this should be on destroy. Okay, so here also I have made mistakes, so just I will rerun it, then I will go to the second activity. So I have run it, then I will click on this. See, till now on create, on start, on resume for the first activity is getting printed. See, here you can see the tag also, main activity dot tag. That means it is this line gets printed so that we can know it is coming from which activity. Now we'll click on this move button. Okay, this move button, okay, it is working. Now see, here in the move button, if we click, I think I have made here also some mistake maybe. Oh no, not a mistake. Why it is not getting printed? See, we have coming, here the tag is wrong, that's why it is not getting printed. Okay, so I have to make the tag correct proper. Okay, so I will come again to this activities. See, now I will click on the move button and you will see it is getting printed. See, second activity, second activity, second activity. That means in this second activity these 3 methods are getting printed. Now I will click on this back button. What this back button will do, it will go to this second activity will be cancelled, will be like cleared. Okay, will be cleared from memory and will go to our first activity. So let me clear what. See, immediately these 3 methods gets called, on stop, on pause, on destroy in the second activity. See, here it is, tag is second activity. That means this last 3 functions, these 3 got called one by one. Okay, so these are the call, actually these functions are called activity life cycle. So there is a life cycle. When we start, then these first 3 functions called. When we close the app, these last 3 functions are called. Now there are some concept related to these different methods, because what is the requirement of all these different methods? We can give only 2 methods, correct? One is on create and one is on destroy, but where lots of functions are there, so the concept you need to understand. So these questions are asked actually. See, user presses home button, come back. See, no need to read this thing. Okay, just read here. On create, so what we do in on create, see, called when activity is created in memory. So first time when we load our app, that time this that activity will be open, correct? Let's say this main activity. So that time what is happening, called when activity is created. So that time first activity is getting created, correct? Main activity is getting created, so that time this on create is called. Then initialize variable listeners view model. So what we need to do in this on create, actually we need to initialize different variables, initialize view models. Let's say we have one variable, let's say var s equal to something. Okay, now let's say we want to sense the, okay, this will be not actually good example, so later we will do. I will show this example. See here, main activity, this one, see, till now we have not initialized, correct? It is global, but inside this see on create we are initializing. Okay, so these types of things we do here. And also you know that find view by id function we write here only, correct? So these types of things, where that means first setup things for our code, we need some setup, correct? Like find view by id or some like variable initialization. These things we do here. Okay, you can get different examples in internet. It is a small thing. And here set the UI layout using content layout. So you know we call this method set content view. This function we call in onCreate actually. Okay, I mean, what does this do? We know that we had some layout inflator concept, or already we have discussed. So first we have to check that video you have not checked. Okay, so that's why I am not discussing here again. Then on start function, after that on start is getting called, correct? Here when we know that, then our on start is called, that means when Android system calls this method, then what happens actually, see, it is called every time an activity becomes visible to user. So whenever the activity visible to user, then this functions is getting called. Okay, it gets called. So in onCreate actually, whenever the Android system call onCreate, at that time activity is not visible to us actually. Okay, but when the Android system calls this method, then only we will be able to see the activity actually. Here see, this button is there, correct? But when an onCreate activity is called, onCreate function is called, that time this function is this button is not visible. It only visible after this function is called by Android system, but these functions execute too much fast, correct? That's why we don't know actually, don't know the difference. Here see what we do, registering broadcast receivers, start listening to GPS. So we'll discuss this later. Okay, also we start animation in this on start method itself. See, in our code we can give some animation, correct, to our app. So we write the animation like logic to start the animation in this, because from this method only our UI is visible, correct? That's why we give the animation like we start the animation in this method only. Let's say we have some animation like moving something. Okay, so if we give here the code, let's say we start the animation here, then the user may not see all the animation because some part will miss, correct? Let's say the device was too much slow, so that the onCreate method and the onStart method, there is a lots of gap between these two, like lots of time difference. Let's say it is called at 1 second, it is called after some 3, 4, 5 seconds. So this till this 3, 4, 5 seconds, that animation will be lost, correct? So that's why we start animation here. So I am just, for concept, I am just increasing the time actually, but that time will be actually too much low. Okay, the thing, next thing, on resume, here the activity becomes interactive. That means when this function is called on resume by Android system, after that only we can interact with our app. So let's say let's say this function is called onCreate, then onStart is called. So when onStart is called, this button will be visible, but we will be not able to click. We will be not able to click here. Okay, so next what Android do, Android calls this function. After that the button becomes interactive actually, but the process, again I have told that it is too much fast, so we don't know anything about that actually, we don't feel it actually. Then on pause already I have told, see, called when the activity is partially visible but not in focus. Another activity comes in front, not covering the whole screen. See, this on pause, when it gets called, let's say we are here now, if we go from here to another activity, let's say I clicked here, see, if I click here, then it will go from here to this activity, correct? So immediately on pause is called actually in first activity, but tag is different, that's why it is not showing. Okay, the tag has gone actually, I need to again click re-click. Okay, see, immediately if I click move button, then see, on pause is called. On pause immediately called. Let's say, see, here there is some transition, correct? See, if I click, see, it is coming like slide wise, correct? And like one slide, after that second screen is coming little bit like slide. Okay, so here this on pause is called. See, called when the activity is partially visible but not in focus. Another activity comes in front, so second activity comes, right? So that time on pause is called. Activity is partially visible, the user can still see your activity but cannot interact with it. So there are some like little bit things I have written here, you can read it, that is easy thing. On stop, like after completely invisible. So here first this activity is there, correct? This is main activity. If we click, then 100% now, see, 100% that main activity is not visible, correct? So this on stop is called actually. Okay, then on start function, on destroy function I have not written here. See, On destroy, when this on destroy is called, when the activities leaves the memory. If we click on this back button, it will go from memory, correct? So on destroy is called actually. So you can see here also, what I will do, I will close this app by clicking here. Here you will be able to see on pause, on destroy. At last, this is the last method. On pause, then on stop, then on destroy. Okay, like this it like works. In on pause we see a little bit. I will again discuss about on pause. See here, when on pause is called, after this on pause is called, we will be not able to click on any like button. Okay, then on stop will be called. Here activity is completely invisible, I have written. Then on destroy means activity leaves the memory. Okay, it has gone. So there are one more method, that is on restart. It is called when activity is coming back to foreground after being stopped, not destroyed. So that method actually I have not written here. One more method is there, that is on restart. As you can see, the name itself is telling restart. So when we restart the activity, that time it is called actually. Restart means, I will tell you, just give me 2 seconds. So I will run it here. I will write it main activity. Okay. So see, our activity is opening, correct? Now if we click this button, then the activity is completely destroyed, correct? But if we click, let's say, this home button, if I click this button, okay, we have clicked this button. Now see, if you can see this activity is here itself, it has not completely destroyed. Now let's say I click this. Okay, see, on restart is printed. That means we have kept our app in background. Let's say we are working with WhatsApp app or our app. Next some message comes, so we go to our WhatsApp app. Then again we will click on our app. That time on restart will be called, because we have kept our app in on pause state, on pause. See, on pause and on stop state. First on pause, then on stop. But it was not destroyed because we have not killed the app completely. If we click on this button, if we click on this button, or let's say if we click on this button, okay, then this button, and like this we have cleared. Now if we again open, then on restart will not be called. Okay, will not be called because we have completely destroyed. But let's say we kept the app in background, then this restart will be called if we again coming to our app. Okay, so let's say we have pause it, we are working with some another app, again I am calling this one. So on restart, see, immediately on restart, then on start. Okay, after on restart, on start, then again on resume will be called. Okay, here on restart will be called, after that on start, then on resume. Okay, but on create, this one will be not called again and again. Okay, only this below methods called again and again, but this on create will be called only once when the activity is coming back to foreground after being stopped but not destroyed. Okay, so here you can see on create, on start, on resume. Then user can interact with the app. Okay, then let's say user comes back to the app, he paused the app. Okay, he was running some another app, then again he is coming to app, then on restart, then again on start, on resume. So this is the activity like life cycle things. Okay, so one more method is there, on backpressed. You can override that one also, but that is not our activity life cycle. Okay, on backspace one method is there, you can see on backpressed like that, but this is not activity life cycle method, because this method actually okay, sorry, okay, yeah, on backpress, this function actually is not included in Android lifecycle method. Okay, these functions are called by Android system directly. Okay, anyhow it will be called whatever you are doing. Okay, if we are like pressing somewhere or you are killing somewhere, but this on backpress method is only called when we click on the back button, like this button, only that time it is called. But it is like it depends on this button itself, like here move button. Let's say this move button is there, correct? So in the move button code, let's say we are writing some code, so that code will be executed, correct? So similarly from this back button, this function is called. Okay, this back button, when you click on that back button, that code is written inside this back button call by Android itself. Okay, we are not writing, it is already there, so it is not actually inside an Android lifecycle. Okay, it is not included, so don't remember it like that. So but I have given it for like concept clear. See, method is not related to activity lifecycle, it indicates that back button is pressed. In this method we can write code to stop going back button. Let's say if you click on this button, you don't want to go the user to home screen or other screen, or don't want to go to kill the app, you just want to show some like alert dialog or something, so that time you can use this method. Here whatever you write, it will be executed. Okay, so but this is not Android lifecycle method, but just remember this. Okay, and here I have given some question with the answer also, you can read it.